it turned out they loved what we did and just basically made it very clear that they were looking to work with us, not copy our products and do it themselves. And then they came back to us and said that they were waiting for confirmation from the decision makers, the top people at M&S. I think the actual words were there was 2 people in M&S that just needed to sign it off before we got the go-ahead. Obviously, it turns out there was an ulterior motive.
Hey loves, so Marks & Spencer's recently launched 3 new cookie flavours: raspberry cheesecake, pistachio, chocolate and hazelnut. But here's the twist. It turns out that they may have copied a small independent business called The Cookie Dealer. The Cookie Dealer is a Leicestershire-based business known for their signature chunky New York style cookies. They specialize in creating half-pound treats made with premium ingredients, and they've built a loyal following doing just that. A while ago, they were contacted via LinkedIn by Marks & Spencer's new product development manager, expressing interest in a possible partnership. Of course, for a small brand like theirs, this was massive, exciting, validating, and full of promise. Take a look.
Hi, so we've had so many messages from people asking us to give a bit more information about what happened with M&S and our cookies. So I thought this would be the easiest way to do it. We were contacted by one of their new product development managers on my LinkedIn around a year ago, asking if we would be interested in discussing a partnership with them. Obviously, as you can imagine, we were blown away. So we arranged a Zoom call with, I won't mention the name of the person, and went through what we do, our cookies, what they were looking for. It turned out they loved what we did and just basically made it very clear that they were looking to work with us, not copy our products and do it themselves.
They had a meeting with Marks & Spencer's where Marks & Spencer's made it clear that we love what you do. We want to work with you, not steal your ideas. They even invited them to their London headquarters. So naturally, the Cookie Dealer believed that this would lead to something great.
We sent them samples, which they loved, but the feedback was they were too big. So we then sent them smaller sizes, which went down really well. We were invited into their headquarters in London, which was just incredible for us. We were absolutely blown away by it. Great discussions, sat in one of their prep kitchens, everything went really well. And then they asked us to develop a range of cookies, 150 gram, using only M&S ingredients, which we did. Sent them off to them. Again, fantastic feedback, everybody loved them, and then they came back to us and said that they were waiting for confirmation from the decision makers, the top people at M&S. I think the actual words were there was 2 people in M&S that just needed to sign it off before we got the go-ahead. And then things started to drag a little bit, which they do in these processes, so we understood that. And then in the end, we got a telephone call, or should I say I got a telephone call, and the feedback was absolutely love the cookies. However, we don't feel that you would be able to keep up with the demand required to suppliers. And so they would like to park it there, but maybe revisit in the future. Disappointing for us, but we did appreciate where they were coming from, and it was a great learning curve. And then sort of forgot all about it, kept in contact with who we made initial contact with at M&S, thought they were really lovely people. Obviously, it turns out there was an ulterior motive.
M&S then asked them to develop cookie samples using only Marks & Spencer's ingredients. Some people in the comment section have said that that should have been a red flag. But honestly, it makes sense. If Marks & Spencer's were to sell the products, they would want to use their own ingredients. Eventually, after receiving the samples and making multiple assurances, including saying that the deal just needed sign-off from 2 people, Marks & Spencer's backed out. Their reason? They didn't think the Cookie Dealer could keep up with demand. Here's the thing, shouldn't that have been part of the first conversation? Questions about scaling, production capacity, and logistics can all be addressed, especially when a big retailer is interested. I personally believe that this was something that could have been worked through. Fast forward a few months, Marks & Spencer's launches a cookie range that looks strikingly similar. Same concept, same chunk, and possibly the same 150-gram weight. When the cookie dealer shared their story online, it blew up. Over 1 million views in a day. And guess what? That's when Marks and Spencer suddenly reached out. Not before, not during, only after the backlash. Take a look. And guys, if you're still here, thank you. Please subscribe and join this wonderful community. Let's get back into it.
Good afternoon, guys. So many of you have contacted us, so thank you so much. The love and support you've shown to us just blows our minds. We actually cannot quite believe it. And another thing that so many of you wanted is a part 2. Now, I don't know really if there is a part 2, but I have been contacted by M&S today. I was called by a lovely lady on behalf of the directors of M&S, so obviously they must be taking it fairly seriously. I ran through everything that happened, similar to what I said on the original video, and she will report back and it will be looked into. So that is one thing. A investigation will be done into what has happened. And also, I guess, and this is because of all of you, so thank you, we have been contacted by Aldi, so we'll see what happens. We have gone back to them and just waiting for a call. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Cheers.
It's honestly sad that big brands only move when the internet forces their hand. While some people say this is just business, everyone copies. Let's be clear, this wasn't just copying, this was unethical. M&S approached a small business, asked for custom recipes using their ingredients, set specific specs and created the impression of a real partnership, only to turn around and launch their own version. To take someone's recipe, their concept, their vision, especially from a small business, is just plain unethical. These aren't corporations with departments of developers. This is someone's craft built from the ground up. And when a giant like M&S does this, the impact is real and deeply felt. And let's not forget, M&S once sued Aldi for copying their iconic Colin the Caterpillar cake. So clearly they understand what it feels like when your original products gets duplicated. So yes, this isn't just about business, it's about fairness and it's about integrity. I'm genuinely glad that Aldi stepped in and reached out to the cookie dealer. I really hope it leads to something even better because small businesses deserve more than empty promises. They deserve a real opportunity. And for the Marks and Spencer's cookies, the reviews have been mixed. Take a look.
Trying the new M&S loaded cookies. These cookies came out 1 hour ago, so today we're going to be trying them. If you're thinking of going to your local M&S to get them after you watch this video, don't bother because by the time you finish watching this, they'll be sold out everywhere. Let's start with the raspberry cheesecake cookie. That looks unreal, to be fair. Oh, there's some filling inside. All right, let's give it a try. That's unreal, wow. That's getting a 9 out of 10. Chocolate and hazelnut cookie. Holy. Oh my god. From someone that's had crumble cookie in America, these taste way better. This one's getting a 7 out of 10. Pistachio. Oh my. Actually tastes unreal. If you're gonna try them with milk. They taste unreal. 10 out of 10.
Allow me to de-influence you from the new M&S flavoured cookies. M&S have released 3 new flavours: pistachio, chocolate hazelnut and raspberry cheesecake. I was actually really excited to try them. Each cookie costs £2.10, so it's not exactly cheap for a supermarket cookie. But let's start with the worst of the 3 options, the pistachio cookie. It was atrociously disappointing. It had no pistachio flavour, it was just bland and the filling was honestly so disgusting. I rate it a 0 out of 10. Onto the raspberry cheesecake flavour. It was edible, it was fine. I wouldn't buy it again though. For some reason, the chocolate hazelnut one had more of a brownie texture and the filling was almost a knockoff of Nutella with 0 hazelnut flavour. For £2.10 per cookie, I was expecting a lot more. They tasted weirdly cheap bland and overly sweet, as if the sugar was meant to cover up the bad taste. Unfortunately, they all had to go in the bin. I couldn't finish even one cookie. It was really bad. If you guys have tried them, let me know if you agree with my review.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it was just business and Marks & Spencer had every right to do what they did? Or did they mislead and take advantage of a small business? Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe and hit the notification button. Till next time, bye.